when I first came to the Lord, I was broken, and then I moved in with my aunt, and she showed me how to walk with God. And in the beginning, as I started walking, I would say things like, "Oh wow, look, I'm so lucky," and then she was really quick to be like, "No, luck is for fools."
Say it now.
You're blessed.
That's right.
Learn the difference, boy.
Tell it, Mama.
And I didn't believe it. I thought, well, okay, I'm blessed. And because I couldn't see what it meant. What's luck, what's blessing, and all the same thing. No. And so, I began realizing that what I say is powerful, and how you say it. For those of y'all who don't know me, I've been divorced for about 2 years, and I've gone on dates and this, that, and the other, but I don't have like a real woman in my life per se. And if I speak life into my situation and say something like, well, I don't have a woman now, but I will soon, and she'll be beautiful and she'll be everything I need. That's speaking life into my situation. But if I come over here and speak death into my situation, like, it's been 2 years, and I'm divorced, and what if she finds out I got 3 kids, and I got rust on my Jeep, she ain't gonna like that, and that's death.
Yes.
But if I come over here and speak life into my situation, I haven't seen a woman in 2 years, but you know what? Maybe because she's not ready, or I'm not ready. We're not ready. Whatever the case is, you gotta believe. So you gotta speak life in your situation. And just like the walls of Jericho, when the people when the Jews were freed, and they saw the blessings that they had in Jericho, and how they spoke, we're grasshoppers in their sights, and they started speaking death.
Right.
This is going to be the death side right here. They're giant people. They're giant walls. Everything was big, and we can't do it. We're weak, and it was like they got into a competition of seeing who can have more doubt. You know what I mean? It's like, we're not strong enough. They're so large, and that. How are we going to plow all that land? Because some of the people came back with grapes as big as watermelons. You know what I mean? And that's good stuff. And the Lord always has good stuff for us.
Yeah.
And we just can't see it sometimes. We can't see it. We can't see it. Well, that's maybe too good for me. Now, I don't deserve, big old grape that's going to make some good wine, or whatever the case. So sometimes we can't see the blessings, and then they spoke death into the situation. And for 40 years, because of what they said, they wandered around the desert. Until everyone died, until a new generation came who hadn't said anything. And then they took that new generation, right? Where they go, they went to, and the first thing they said was, "Shut up. Don't say a word." Okay? You can't say anything good. Amen. So, that's just the power of the voice we have. Wouldn't it have been great? They had just seen an ocean divided, and they walked across on dry land. So you would think that they would be able to, have a grasp of an idea of what God they serve and how powerful He is. That the walls, the big people, it doesn't matter. This is God we serve. He's all powerful. There's no one more powerful. There's no, God versus Godzilla or God versus. There's no one. You know what I'm saying? There's no one who can go against God. So you would think that the God I serve can definitely give me what this is. But what they saw confused them, and then the seed of doubt was in them, and it just grew, and then it spread to the others who maybe didn't know anything about it, and who heard what they saw, like, whoa, the walls were big, and the people were giant, and the land was so great, undeserving. You know, I'll go to the death side, and they're speaking death into the situation. How great would it have been, you know, if someone had said, "Wow, you know, when we get over there, how great is that going to be?"
Yeah.
And no one said that.
Amen.
At least from what the Bible says. And what happened? So they wandered around for 40 years, and then they came to the wall, and then they went around 7 times.
Yes.
And then on the 7th time, they shouted.
Right.
They shouted, and the walls fell down.
Right.
They didn't have to pull their swords. No one died on their side that day. And the land and all the blessings were given to them. But before that, they had to shut up. Don't say a word, because death. You know, because the closer they got, they could see the walls, and the doubt. You know, and it's funny because the closer you get to your blessings, you know,
You need to say that.
the closer you get, the walls may seem bigger. You know what I'm saying? You know, if on the other side of this wall,
Come on now.
if I know on the other side of this wall, you know, that my blessings, but all I see is this wall, and I allow that, you know, to discourage me.
Amen.
And it's natural because we're human, but we need to speak life into our situation. I don't see a wall. I see something that God is going to knock down for me.
Right.
Amen?
Help us, Lord.
And so, a lot of times now in life, you know, for those of you who don't know me, I work in a bar. And a lot of times at the beginning of the shift, you know, it's slow and there's like not a lot going on. And I look to the Lord for my provisions. I know when I go into work that day, I'm going to leave work with everything I need
Come on.
to get me through, to pay my bills and to feed me and whatever. And overflow. I'm always going to have a few bucks left over.
Amen.
Right? Amen. So, a lot of times, you know, the bar is empty and stuff. And so I'll get a rag and I'll start wiping down the bar. And I'll speak life in the situation. Lionel, what are you doing? I'm wiping the bar because a lot of people are going to sit here. You know, I'm going to clean out these ashtrays because, you know, and this, that, and the other. And I know what a lot of you are thinking, oh, come on, man. I know God's got a lot of better things to do than put people in a bar for you. You know what? Believe what you want, but I believe He is my provider.
Right.
I look to Him for my provisions. So, you know what? Why not? Why wouldn't He put somebody in that bar seat? You know, and why wouldn't He put it across the heart to stuff some money in that jar? You know what I'm saying? That's just how I believe. And every time I've done that, every time I've wiped the bar, or I'll go and I'll pour ice. I'm going to pour ice. This is for all the drinks that everyone's going to be drinking. Sure enough, at the end of the night, there's people sitting there.
Amen.
Sure enough, when I leave the bar, I'm putting money in my pocket, and those are my provisions.
Amen.
Right.
And the people who hear me say that, they think, well, you know, he's talking positive. You know, he's got a good attitude, and it's beyond that. It's not about being a pessimist or what's the optimist. It's not, you know, it's not about that. It's not about just being positive. It's about having faith.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I can stand over here and be like, well, there's no one at the bar, and I guess, man, how am I gonna feed myself and this, that, and the other? And that's speaking death.
Right.
So
Help me.
I want all of y'all to know to just speak life in your situation, no matter what you see. You see a wall? Okay, yeah, that wall is there. Okay, it's there, and it's scary. And the wall may be anything from, you know, a medical report that says, you know, you got the big C, or, you know, or whatever the case. And, you know, that's real, and I can understand that. And as people, as humans, we see that, and we're engineered, we're wired to believe that what we see and what we feel is there, and it can't be moved. But you need to step back and say, you know what? There's a way. God will make a way underneath this, around this, over this, or He'll just knock it down. Whatever the case, you've got to believe that He's going to do that for you. Because if you don't, you come over here to the death side and be like, no, this can't move this. It's too hard. Look at it. It's wood. I'm not going to get through this. You know? I'm not a termite. I'm not going to... And there's death. So you know what? I guarantee you what will happen. I guarantee you, death will come
Amen.
And it'll come to you. Your blessings will be on the other side, and they'll stay there.
Right.
Maybe you'll get to them later, or maybe you'll get to them eventually. But if you keep talking negatively like that, that's what's going to happen. You're not going to. You speak death in your situation. And now I've learned, like, even though, and I get challenged a lot. A lot of times it's like, like this, that, and the other, and it's like, no, you gotta speak life in your situation, and you gotta declare it. Yesterday I had a fever, and I prayed, and I said, I know that I don't feel good right now, and I know things are bad, and I know I gotta get to church tomorrow because I gotta preach, and I know all this, and I feel bad, and I know what the thermometer says. But I know that the Bible says by His stripes I'm healed. Amen? Amen? And you got to believe that no matter what you feel, no matter what it looks like, you got to believe that. And if you don't, death is sure to come. So I have to leave you with something, folks. And in closing, this is what I'm going to say. Just speak life in your situation. And it's beyond, it's way beyond just being positive. It's having faith. In a way. And in a way, I like calling God out. You know what I mean? Because I can't see God, but I know that if I say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I need, God. And if you're truly my provider, then you will make this happen.
Amen.
Call Him out.
Amen.
Say, I need you, God. You got to show me you're around. And, and He will. But you got to speak it. So today when you leave here, start talking life in your church and stay away from the death side. Negativity. Oh man, I'm never gonna see a girlfriend. And ain't no one gonna want no holy roller. You know what I'm saying? I got this gimp leg. Ain't nobody gonna want it. You know what I mean? Or I can go over here. You know what? I have a lot to offer a woman. You know what I mean? I'm a strong man of God. And I'm good looking. It's all right. Stop that.
Yes, you are. That's you.
Amazing.
I just want to leave here. And when Marty asked me at Thanksgiving, he said, I want you to go and preach. I said, well, I'm really uncomfortable with that because, I work in a bar and there's a lot of things that I feel like I'm not ready to serve the Lord. And a lot of times you'll come before the Lord and you're like, well, I'm not clean enough. Man, I didn't put on deodorant. Or, I was drinking last night. Or there's a lot of things, self-condemning. You know what I mean? I'm not worthy enough. I haven't studied the Bible enough. So I chose something that I knew because it's at the beginning of the Bible, and I have not yet completed it. I'm towards the end. I'm at Timothy, which is near Revelations at the very end. And I always felt that a preacher should have been one that's been through the Bible 4 or 5 times. You know what I mean? Been to school and he's loved in the community and this, that, and the other. So earlier they were like, I was going to preach. No, I was not a preacher. I'm not a preacher, but I will talk about something that I know.
Amen.
That's right.
Because I've exercised it in my life. You know what I mean? The things that I've challenged the Lord to give me. You know what I mean? And sometimes if you don't get it, it's not that, it's not for you, or maybe you're just not ready for it. You just got to wait and be patient and wait for it to come to you.
Right.
And that's speaking life into your situation. So stay away from the death side.
Yes.
And I know it's hard. And you know what? And I'm going to just take a moment to say, I know it's hard. And I know I might not know each and every one of your situations. Like, Lionel, hey, it's easy for you to say this, that, and the other. But you don't see my bills. Look at all these bills. Yeah, you know what? I don't see your bills. I don't see what the medical report says. But I know what the Bible says.
Amen.
By your stripes, I am healed. Look to me for your provisions.